Trophy fishing is more complex than you might think. So today I will try to cover every aspect of trophy fishing and give you the best possible explanation of how it works, what you should care about, and how to properly do it. But before we dive into the video, if you haven't done already, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as I'm in a race to YouTube rank versus CandyPad and Vid, and currently we are down by quite a lot. Anyways, let's start with the video. Once we join the Crimson Isle, the first thing we have to do is the L questline. At one point during this questline, you have to talk to Odgar and get him a trophy fish, which is probably your first encounter of trophy fishing. But how to go on from this point? In the best case scenario, you aren't fishing 27 yet. While you are under fishing 27, you can't catch lava sea creatures. Your first goal is to get the bronze trophy hunter armor. If you are over fishing 27 already, make sure you are able to kill some lava sea creatures, either melee or with mage weapons like a Spirit Scepter, Midas Staff or a Hyperion. In case you struggle getting coins, you can check my money making playlist. I will also fill it with more content in the future. First I'll explain how to do trophy fishing best, and afterwards I'll show you how you get more than 1 billion coins from it. There are 18 trophy fishes in total. Sulfur Skidder, Obfuscated 1, Steaming Hot Flounder, Obfuscated 2, Gusher, Blobfish, Slugfish, Obfuscated 3, Flyfish, Lava Horse, Volcanic Stonefish, Vanille, Skeleton Fish, Moldfin, Soulfish, Mana Ray, Karate and Goldenfish. Let's quickly have a look at how to get them. You get a Sulfur Skidder while being within 8 blocks of a Sulfur Ore. Obfuscated 1 can either be caught with a corrupted bait or by killing corrupted mobs you get by using a totem of corruption while normal fishing, which is a strat I would advise you to use. Steaming Hot Flounder is obtainable by fishing within the volcano and next to a geyser, so throw the rod towards the little smoke particles. For this fish you mostly want to use an Ammonite pad because you have a roof over your head. Obfuscated 2 can be caught by using Obfuscated 1 as a bait, so you want to get a lot of those first. You get a Gusher 7 to 16 minutes after a volcano is erupting. It used to be very common when I did trophy fishing, but apparently that was a bug and is not supposed to be the case anymore. Blobfish is probably the easiest to get since it can be caught everywhere. Next up we have the most annoying trophy fish, which is Slugfish. Back in the day you had to throw the rod, wait at least 30 seconds and catch it afterwards. To time it better, people used the old Ember armor, because it turns lava into obsidian while wearing. So these days you throw the rod, wait until you get the alert for an approaching catch, switch to Ember armor, wait until the timer shows 20 seconds, switch back to your trophy hunter armor and get the catch. But that wasn't enough. So recently with the latest garden update, they also introduced the slug pad, which reduces the timer by another 50% if it's level 100, making it the go-to pet for slugfish. For Obfuscated 3, you have to use Obfuscated 2 as a bait, and as we learned earlier, you need Obfuscated 1 to get those. That's why it's recommendable to get a lot of Obfuscated 1 before even starting the whole Obfuscated grind. Flyfish is also kinda straightforward. You have to be at least 8 blocks above the lava while fishing in the lava of the volcano. For this fish it doesn't matter if you're on the inside or the outside of the volcano. It just has to be lava that's coming from the volcano. Lava Horse is also pretty easy to get since it can be caught everywhere, just like the blobfish. It's just more rare. For Volcanic Stonefish it's the same as for Flyfish. Just fish it in the lava of the volcano, it doesn't matter if it's in the inside or the outside. Vanille is another one that's a bit tricky. The idea is you just use an unenchanted starter rod, but it can be reforged to fishing speed. Back in the day there were multiple ways of rod swapping, so you were able to use stats of a good fishing rod while you were technically using the starter rod. So the whole grind got a lot easier. But as far as I know, all of those strats are patched these days. The skeleton fish can be caught in the burning desert, the moldfin can be caught in the mystic marsh, and the soulfish can be caught in the stronghold. Mana Ray can also be caught everywhere, but you need at least 1200 mana, and the more mana you have, the likelier it is to catch it. Karate fish can only be caught next to the dojo, but have an eye on the region you and your bobber are in. If it doesn't say dojo, you can't catch karate there. I suggest you fish it right here. Lastly, there's a goldenfish. For some it's easy, for some it's the nemesis. You get a goldenfish every 15 to 20 minutes. To catch it, you have to throw the rod on it, wait until it freezes and throw the rod again until you get it. You can also get it while normal lava fishing on the Crimson Isle, but pray so you get it during your regular trophy fish grind. Every trophy fish comes in the rarities bronze, silver, gold and diamond, and every unique tier gets you Skyblock XP, which sums up to over 10 whole Skyblock levels. Also, it is a good time for you to grind trophy fishing because a pity system exists, which guarantees you to get a diamond fish after 1000 of that type without a diamond, 100 for gold tier respectively. For the bronze trophy hunter armor you have to get 15 out of 18 bronze trophies, for all of the other tiers you have to get all 18. Now we talk about ways to improve your catches to minimize the time you have to spend. Lava fishing has a fishing speed cap of 350, so you want to get as close as possible to this number. I won't go over every item in detail, but your final setup should be as close to this as possible. Add Chomp Hellfire Rod with fishing speed 10 and Trophy Hunter 10, but don't start it like I did. I will explain why later on. A flying fish pet that's at least legendary, depending on your fishing speed, you might have use for the flash enchantment buff from the mythic one. Gill Splash equipment as well as a Rift Necklace reforged to Snowy for more fishing speed. Rift Necklace because it has the highest base rarity of any necklaces. A Trophy Hunter armor reforged to Festive for more fishing speed. Especially the rod is the most important thing. While in theory you could use a worse rod than a 1010, the difference is actually kinda noticeable. Other things you want to get are the following. A Mushed Glowy Tonic Potion, obtainable from Moby in the Mushroom Desert. Cords are on screen right now. If you have 350 fishing speed, you can use Hotbait for every trophy fish besides the obfuscated ones. If you have less than that, only use Hotbait for slugfish and use Fishbait for the other ones. Get a Kudra pet that's at least epic, because it increases your chance to get trophy fish by up to 20%. You can also tier boost the rare one for this purpose. While we talk about pets, don't forget about the recently added Slug pet, which decreases your time to catch a slugfish by 50% when it's level 100. Also level up the perks from the gold and diamond essence shops. These get you up to 20% higher chances of golden or diamond trophy fishes. Now that we know what types of fish there are and what gear you should get, let's talk about combining trophy fish. But what do I mean by that? Trophy fish are getting rolled from lowest chance to highest. If they have the same drop chance, it's alphabetical order. So the game always tries to give you the rarest fish you can catch first, which means we can stack up as many as possible. Since you get blobfish and lava horse everywhere, same goes for Gasha after volcano eruption, you pretty much automatically include them everywhere. You can also combine Mana Ray and Golden Fish with everything, as well as Sulfur Skitter if you have a Sulfur ore block close. Due to the annoying nature of vanilla, I'd also do it kinda early, but without actively focusing on other fishes in the meantime. Same goes for Slugfish. You should also do the obfuscated line kinda separately, because you have to use the previous fish as bait. So I would start with these, do some normal fishing with the Totem of Corruption, kill the mobs and you get a lot of obfuscated 1. These days they also count towards your caught fish, which makes getting obfuscated 1 diamond very easy. The remaining fish can be combined pretty well, so my suggested order of you doing trophy fishing is the following. Start with the obfuscated line by getting a lot of obfuscated 1 from normal fishing, also get the diamond 1 from that. Use obfuscated 1 to get obfuscated 2 and use obfuscated 2 to get obfuscated 3. Due to their relatively high catch chances, I would fish them at the deep caverns. To do so you have to use an AOTE or AOTV with enough mana to teleport from the Crimson Isle all the way over to the caverns. The only fish you can get here that lowers your obfuscated rates is Lava Horse. Afterwards do Vanille, followed by Slugfish in the same spot. Now it's time to start combining. Stand for example at these coordinates, bump your mana up and you can get all of the following trophy fish. Mana Ray, Molefin, Volcanic Stonefish, Lava Horse, Flyfish, Blobfish and Gasha. Whenever you got one of these fishes, try to remove them from the loot pool. If you got Flyfish, get down from the blocks. If you got Mana Ray, get your mana below 1200, etc. Once you got Molefin, you can do the same thing on the other side of the volcano for the skeleton fish. Some chords for this are on screen right now. It works everywhere where it tells you are standing either in the burning desert or the mystic marsh, while the rod is in the lava of the volcano. So if you got a sulfur ore standing around, check if you could maybe include that as well. Next up I would combine Steaming Hot Flounder, Flyfish and the Volcanic Stonefish until I got the Flounder. If you are still missing a volcano related fish after this, fish the rest outside of the volcano, because you are pretty much bound to an Ammonite pad while being inside of the volcano. Lastly, you can do Soulfish and Karate by themselves. But Alex, you promised me over 1 billion coins, how do I get those? I'm glad you asked, we're finally getting to the fun part. Do you remember I said earlier you shouldn't star your rod? Well, this is one of the key parts now. While the initial price of about 650 million coins might seem like a lot at first, if you don't star the rod and don't put it in the museum, you can sell it once you're done with trophy fishing. So in the end you pay barely nothing for the rod itself. If you are lucky, the price even goes up until then and you make a profit off the rod. But that's not all. Furthermore, you can bring the trophy fish to Odgar to get magma fish from those, which you can sell afterwards as well. The magma fish will probably sum up to a few 100 million coins, but even that isn't the promised billion. But now the interesting part comes into place. Once you get your bronze trophy hunter armor, you want to 10 star it for a total 220 magma fish, 48 heavy pearls and 7.74 million coins. Don't put it into your museum, otherwise the following strat doesn't work. Whenever you finish one tier of trophy fish, you can upgrade your trophy hunter armor to this tier. Enchants, reforges and especially stars are getting carried over during this upgrade process. Once you're done with all diamond fish, you can upgrade your trophy armor to diamond tier. Now you want to salvage it. You get 24 of the initially used heavy pearls, but more importantly, you get 20 diamond magma fish from salvaging the armor. With current prices, that gets you about 600 to 800 million coins. Together with the coins you get from filleting the magma fish, you easily end up with over 1 billion coins. Once you're done, you can sell the good rod and get a cheaper one, for example only having tier 5 attributes. And you can buy back another clean diamond trophy armor from Odgar for a few million coins. Even though this video turned out to be longer than I originally expected, I hope you still liked it. You can leave me some feedback or questions in the comments, I'll happily respond. And now have fun grinding, and I'll see you in the next one.